Alright, I'm recording.
Okay. Right. Right, so I have a little bit of suspicions from you two. And, well, maybe mainly not you, but you, because... Actually, kind of both of you. I was speaking to Watt earlier, and I don't know, he just kind of said you guys were talking about my government.
I didn't say shit about your government.
Neither did I.
I
talked to Watt
mean,
about something earlier today, but that had nothing to do with your government.
What? Yeah, Watt said you guys had something going on with your... I don't know.
I just thought okay, first of all, what the fuck took my e-chest? I was only talking.
Speaking to him about my new government plans, and he said you guys were already a bit suspicious of me and didn't like my plans too.
No.
I didn't say much about that. I mean, I didn't really say anything about that. Maybe he misunderstood something I said. I just thought I was just talking to him because I was trying to tell him I respect the fact that he doesn't really side with anyone, and he kind of stays unbiased, and which is what I respect. And that I said that I back him for president of I basically said I'd back him for president if he ran again. And
Hyper,
that
if
was
I was...
mainly all I talked about.
What are you gonna say?
Hyper, if I was against you, would I have fought with a team that I'm not even affiliated with today?
Yep, for trust.
Well, no, actually. I was actually
yes.
considering... I was talking with Watt. I was actually going to stand by and just sit up with him and watch the whole thing go down, but I decided against it because, you know, it's worth it. And I ended up giving my life.
Well, if you guys oppose my SPO government, I do not care, and I will just kill the both of you.
It's not that I won't speak for Vega. It's not that I oppose it. It's just, I mean, I'm with the Kaifili. That's my main base of operations. And if it's between you and the REA or you and Hypercraft, like, your team has the most respect from me, I guess, if that's the best way to say it. If it's you or the REA, I'm choosing you.
Yeah, because I don't want any opposing political parties, because I do not care. I will get rid of any opposition I have, because if you guys didn't know, well, the SPO, as much as the president, they have as much control as the president basically of this town, and it's not negative. It's because all we want to do is protect it, but we will do whatever we want. And I mean whatever we want without anyone's permission if we want to protect this town. This means encase it in any type of block we will do. We will get rid of structures wherever we please.
Oh, Dream SMP, what?
What? When have they ever done that?
Dream when he increased Walterville, not Walterville, Le Mans breaking a bunch of obsidian.
No, I was thinking more of a dome, a glass dome.
Oh, well.
Look, man, listen, I don't give a fuck what you do. Again, I'm neutral. I as long as I mean, hey, I mean, technically this is part of part of whatever. But I'm just here. I'm just chilling. I'm a farmer. I said this before. Listen, man, look, ragged potatoes.
Yeah, ragged potatoes, dude. I got some ragged potatoes.
The thing is, I know he's not a threat.
I sell crack. What? Or raggy?
You said.
Me.
Yeah.
I'm a threat, really. I'm wearing other people's armor.
I'm pretty sure you're wearing my armor, actually.
Actually, no. Unless you got apple bottom jeans and boots.
Actually,
with
I think those are mine.
Do I have your apple bottom jeans?
Not apple bottom jeans, but I mean I had Hypercraft's gear, so I'm
just saying, as of now, Sid, I'm not giving you any more personal information and private information.
Okay, I don't care. I got other people who can, so. Not against you.
What? My information?
No, their information, and it's not like I need your information anyway. As I said, my respect lies with the Kaifili, and as of right now, the Kaifili is not against the SBO.
It's not like that's a part of your plans, Sid.
What do you mean?
Let's just say, if you ever, and I mean ever, oppose the SPO's government with what you want to do. I'm not going to go in detail, but I will kill you, and I do not care how much I have to do to get to you. I'll kill anyone in my way.
Okay. And I'll say this, Hyper. You can think all that you want, but you know in this world, there's gonna be people who oppose other people. You gotta remember, Watt ran in a presidential election against me. You think he wouldn't take the first chance he can get to turn on me, to stretch my words in the conversation I had with him this morning? You don't need... One thing that I advise against...
So you are opposing me?
No, I'm not.
But you just said to me, there will be opposers, as if you are doing something. Because I don't even know that you're doing something. I think I just accidentally brought something out of your...
No.
I think you...
I said there's people who oppose me as in what? I just used oppose, not in the sense of
You said there will be people... Well, Hyper, there'll be people that oppose you.
No, I said...
Excuse
me. You gotta remember, not only am I, like, dyslexic, but I also have a bad speech impediment, so words will come out before I can catch them, and I may say the wrong thing. But I'm telling you, Hyper, I got nothing against you. I got nothing against the SBO. If I did, I would have fought on the REA side, or I would have just stood with Watt and not fought at all. But I did, and I gave my life for the SBO. And whether or not you want to believe me, you can take that with a grain of salt. You can do whatever you want with that.
Maybe you want to gain our trust. Maybe you want to gain our trust.
Okay. One thing I'd advise against is, maybe if you don't want to make enemies in this server, don't go looking for trouble. Because right now, as I've said, you're looking for trouble coming to me saying that I'm opposing you.
Yes. Well, I'm not looking for trouble, but I am actually doing that. Yeah, indeed.
Exactly, and that's what my grandmother would call borrowing trouble, starting a fire where there isn't one. As I said, I have nothing against you, but if you're here threatening me,
oh, I know what's going on.
Then that's not gonna be good.
I know what's going on.
What's going on?
Vega, get Zach away.
What? No, he's my ally.
One second.
Zach. Go.
Hyper, he's not gonna kill you. He's just here because I'm afraid that you're gonna start killing us.
Well, yeah, I know he's not. You can't. I have 6 notch apples on me right now.
Exactly. He's just there in case shit starts going down and there's a witness.
He's my ally, Vega.
He's neutral!
Then why is he here?
Because I asked him to come here in case you start killing people because you're acting fucking batshit crazy on my property.
I mean, we're not on your property anymore, but like, I mean, I'm just saying.
Hey, whoa, you're gonna take my house? I paid for this. I need compensation, buddy. You're gonna take my house.
Hyper, I'm saying if you don't want people to be against you...
What the fuck? No, hey, fuck you.
Hyper, if you don't want people to be against you, then if you go looking for trouble, if you start putting blames on people's heads of people who don't have any... Excuse me, I'm phrasing it really weirdly. Sorry, I can't speak. If you go searching for trouble, if you go off attacking people who haven't done anything wrong, who don't plan to do anything wrong, then you're gonna end up making enemies when you're trying to keep enemies from being made. That's not smart. And I'm just telling you that, just as somebody who was running for president, as somebody who is a politician, that's not a great idea, buddy. I have no way to fight against you.
You're playing the innocent card, Sid. You're playing the innocent card.
I'm not saying I'm innocent. You know the deals that I've done. You know the deals that I've done with you, with other people, with Flonsky. You know the deals that I've done. I trade information for goods. I don't hide that. Okay? I trade the cords and information that I have for goods, and people know this. I'm saying besides that, I've done nothing else. I've been off on my own, grinding, trying to get gear, and trying to get through the rest of my sophomore year. That's why I haven't been on as much. I'm telling you, me and Watt had a conversation about the fight today and about possibly allying.
Okay.
And he said he wasn't affiliated with any group.
Was this after my talk with him?
When was your talk with him?
When did you have a talk with him?
This was this morning, like 3 hours before the fight.
Oh, then no.
Yeah, no. This was like 3 hours before the fight.
I talked with him during the fight.
I talked to him
because I was bored.
I talked to him about possibly allying with the Kaifili, not joining it, but allying, and he said he wasn't affiliated with any other groups. Excuse me, let me go sleep. I know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this Kaifili group could be a threat. I mean, now that we've dealt with the REA, I mean, if you're
if your little group becomes a threat, then we might have to get rid of you guys too. So I'm just
Hyper,
letting
to
you
be
know.
honest, are we really a threat? I mean,
Well,
look
I know
at us.
I could probably solo your entire team, but like.
No, I'm aware. I'm saying, like, it's like, I don't know. I've said what I'm gonna say. It does me no good in defending myself anymore, but I'm saying you're trying to make sure that nobody has any ill will against you, but here you are sounding like a literal dictator coming to us saying, oh, if you think against us, then, like, you're gonna get killed. Like, that's
Hold
not how
on,
you keep
pause,
enemies
pause,
from being
pause.
made.
Pause 1 second. I have a question. Aren't you making a democratically elected government, but you're also trying to make sure that there's no other parties to run against you? Isn't that literally? I could compare that to like every single dictator fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. That is literally the most dumb shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm not even gonna
Well,
lie.
you see, the government of Goose Town works weirdly. The SPO are the protectorates of this town. We protect this town, like.
So
Fully.
basically, you're the military and you want to run the government, but also have a president, but not actually have a president who has any power.
Well, no,
You're basically pulling a Pakistan. You're basically pulling a
Oh my
Pakistan,
god,
pretty
man!
much.
Oh my god! The president that can do anything they want with the town. It's the president's will. But if they do something, that we don't like, that hurts the town, we can do anything we want to get rid of whatever they do. I mean, they can do anything. Like anyone can run for president, but if they do something wrong, we have direct links with the president, don't we? We have high places in this government. So we can do anything we want. But that's if they harm the town, if they comes in the town's way. The town, at the end of the day, the town is what we want to prosper.
Yeah.
That's what we're willing to sacrifice everything for.
Here's something, this may have been what got misconstrued. This morning, Watt brought up to me that Will asked him about possibly making the Kaifili, like, its own, like, town. Not its own nation, like, not separating, but a separate town besides Goose Town. That's all that it was. Like, we were just asking to be under a different jurisdiction, like make our own town.
You can do that. You can have a different government.
Like, yeah, like we were asking not necessarily under a different government, but like, how like in the United States there's the president, and then like the states, the governor, the mayor, like it goes down a tree. It's like Watt's the president. But we have our own state within the country. We have our own state, being the Kaifili and that sort of town. Like Goose Town is like the capital, right? Having a different town. That's all that, like, it was that, and then of course, like, asking him if he wanted to be affiliated with it, so.
Well, I think Goose Town should be a country in its own. Personally, I don't want it to have any extra states. Because then if they get a breakaway state, a civil war could happen. Because if you get enough sovereignty, which basically means like independence in your government, if you get enough sovereignty, you could definitely start some sort of revolution, and that's not exactly what we want. So we will essentially grant you, or the Kaifili, any land property they want outside of spawn. Like, take whatever you want. But we don't want, Kaifili to at all influence the politics, and as much as you might not even try to make it, we just don't want it at all to be anything to do with Goose Town.
So Hyper, may I ask you something? And this is nothing against you, just pure like curiosity, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, was the election ever worth anything? Because I know Watt's the president. I know like he has the presidential title, but at the end of the day, you're still the ruler no matter what. It sounds like.
At the start, it was meant to be something. The president was meant to have all the say. But what's weak? What's weak-minded? What's weak physically? He's not fit to be ruler. So I need to baby this nation to just, I don't know, make it have a standing chance against terrorists like the REA.
Yeah. I understand that, but if you truly want a democratic government, like you said this morning, whenever we fought, or for night for you, whatever it was, whenever we fought, you said it's time to have a truly democratic government, no more dictatorships, no more REA.
Shouldn't you stand? Yeah. you stand in the way of groups forming who want to be groups to be considered democratically elected groups? If you
Like,
don't want them to run, then how is that democratically
like,
elected
hear
government?
me out,
No
dude.
hate. I'm
Hear
just
me out.
asking.
Fine, fine. Let's sign a contract. You can be, the Kai Feely can have, I don't know, a state wherever you want that can be politically combined with us. We can have a high council that we can discuss shit with, like discuss matters. But if I ever hear, I don't know, the metaphorical sirens of war, the civil war, even anything rumor like, I will not hesitate to harm anyone in that new state. I will not hesitate to blow that new state to smithereens. I do not care. If I hear anything that could threaten this town, everything's going to shit.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I have no intentions of power. That all left whenever the presidency left, and especially after today. You know, dying kind of taught me that there's, you know, little meaning to physical things, you know? But I don't have any intentions of power anymore. I could care less what position of power I hold. It's less of wanting power and more of, we know if we're a state under the government of Goosetown, then we know that we're going to be protected. We know that our base is going to at least be protected. Regardless of whatever deals you make, we know that it is going to be legally protected by the government. We don't have any intentions of starting a civil war. I don't know where you get that idea. And again, I have a lot of people, not just in Minecraft, but honestly in real life, who will take stuff that I say, completely misconstrue it, and bring it to another person hoping to start drama. And I mean, I've told you before and I'll tell you again. You can take it with a grain of salt, you can believe me, but I have no intentions of bringing the SBO down. Or I wouldn't have fought with you today.
Yeah, okay.
And if you say Watts as weak as he is, why would you believe him?
I don't know, man. But like, I'm creating a contract that says signing this will affiliate the signer the permission to create an extension of the Goosetown Nation, a state, you could say.
Let me add. Could we add Will to the call because he's the co-leader of the Kaifili, and I feel like.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
So like okay, I still don't understand what you're trying to say. So you do not want anyone to run for president for Goosetown next quarter. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, no, I'm just saying the president from now on has a lot less power, and if something they do gets in the way of the town, they will be taken off the political board.
When's the next election?
I'm gonna say we could do like next Friday.
Oh, cool, because I'm gonna be running.
Bet. All right. Well, I have a contract. You can add whatever his name is to the call.
Okay.
Whatever his name is. Wow.
Will.
Wow. Hurtful.
Look, my brain wasn't working.
It's fine, but I feel like I just want to give you a bit of advice because I know personally, like, Hyper, if you're gonna do all this, why come to people and tell them that the presidency has no power, the government has no power? If you're gonna do that in secret. Use it as an actual puppet and hide the strings, but if you can see the strings, it kind of kills the illusion, you know?
Come with me, comrades. Come with me. Okay, Bro Pros is a mole. He's under the ground. Vega, you coming? Cool. We're gonna go to the grounds of this new state. We're gonna sign the treaty, you could say. The contract.
Hold on.
There.
Hey Siri, call Will. I'm actually gonna get him on telephone.
Okay. Oh my god, there's a fucking ghost! Careful.
Hey, I need you to join the VC that I just added you to, like, right now.
Okay.
Like, it's
Why are we
important.
in the nether?
We're taking the fast routes of the Kai Feely state.
There's a Kai Feely state now?
Well, it would be more appropriate if it was Will's
Hi,
place,
Will.
wouldn't it?
Hi, Will.
What's happening?
So,
Not a clue.
Hyper came to us because I talked with.
Wait,
Juan
I don't
this
need. I don't
morning.
need. I don't need to be a part of this. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, bye, Vega.
Okay.
So Hyper, excuse me. I talked with Watt this morning about some stuff about like if he wanted to like be a part of something, and it was nothing against Hyper. It wasn't against the SBO or anything. But Watt misconstrued my words and went to the SBO or the SBO, saying that I was trying to form something against them.
Okay.
And then he brought up Watt brought up during our conversation about the Kaifili town, like the castle and everything, being its own like town and state, like how you talked to him about it. And I just want to make sure that isn't also what got misconstrued in the conversation about, because I don't really know much about it.
We're gonna need you to sign a contract, so.
Saying what?
You can read it. It's not long.
Will, can you join the game?
Be at your base.
I'm in the what? You mean can I join the game?
You've been here?
Yes, I've been
okay.
on.
Okay.
I've
Where are
been
you?
building this. I'm on top of my build right now, about to deal with
Let's go in your house for a more appropriate meeting.
Oh no, it's definitely my house is destroyed.
Is it?
Yeah, no, the issue is this is basically what happened is my base has had this big issue where I'll show you. Let me show you what's happened real fast. This is one of the things that this is because of you guys. I've been sleeping, so
Okay.
so let me show you real fast. So this whenever that path was opened, immediately I was stolen from and had a bunch of my inventory taken.
Oh,
And yeah, so look, all these little craters and stuff, this was all used to be flat land. I don't know what this water pit is. It just kind of showed up one day.
But yeah, like I was saying, so we discussed, and we know what the Kaifili, I know from what Sid said, the Kaifili wants to have a state, an extension of the Goosetown government. And
Yeah.
this is the contract. That is my sword. That is not the contract.
You can have that back.
Thank you very much. We just want to sign it because that signs the, I don't know, rights of this new state. And yeah.
And who are we signing? Who's signing this? I have to be the only one to sign it. Who all is signing it?
Sid, me, and you.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring you into this because you're the one who's talked to him about it. I've been on my own trying to get my.
Could I edit the contract and put that we can like have our own elections here? I just want to set some things in stone. Like for instance, that we can elect our own local positions. Like you know how, I'm sure you have local government stuff
Yeah, you
like
can
that.
you can write extensions to that. I'll read it.
All right.
Oh. Hi, bros.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna delete these little signature marks and put them on the next page because this is gonna be long.
Cool.
The fuck?
Who's laughing? Oh my god, Hyper.
Where's the dash? Alright.
Yes.
Done.
Hey, let
And
me read
then
it. Let me read it.
There. I think I edited it. Is sign where I just put my name on it, or is sign?
Yo,
What
and
does sign mean?
I gotta sign it too.
Signing this will affiliate the signer. The permission to create an extension of the Goosetown Nation, a state, you could say, including the rights to govern yourself locally with with elected positions and the holding of a local militia for basic defense. I will sign this because this is fair enough. 28 Hyper. That is fair enough. You, Mrs. Sid.
Hold on.
We might need to have a few other contracts defining land borders, but that would be it, really.
I mean, as long as it doesn't overlap Goose Town.
Exactly, that's what
Then
I'm saying.
we-
Like we probably need to like come up with something because that might be a good idea to have so we don't get like.
Yes.
You
Should
see
we
what
put
I'm
that in the
saying?
contract too?
Okay. I signed it.
Yeah, perhaps we you want me to write
Yes.
maybe like a subsection or basic. Oh, hold on. Oh my God, my dog. Hold on.
Hey, Will, you there?
Oh, oh, oh. No. Oh, where'd he go?
Read this real fast, and then I'll sign.
Let's read this. Okay, alright, cool.
Or I did
So-
sign it. I just didn't click sign. I don't know if that
Defense
Good night,
contract. Contract is not a land contract, and any future borders will be dictated by a future contract. Yeah, that's fine. So we call this Kai. How do you spell Kai Feely? Can you put it in the group chat so I can copy and paste?
Sydney did it. Sydney do it.
I am.
Yeah, how the fuck do you spell it?
AAEI.
It's Greek.
Greg.
Hey, where'd you put the meaning of it, Will?
That got blown up again in one of the
Dang
mini
it.
raids.
No.
Well, we know what it means.
Yeah.
Shit. I can't copy and paste that. Wait.
K-A-I-E. Or excuse me, E-I.
K-A-E-I.
K-A-E-I. Space.
Yes.
F-Y-L-I.
Kai Feely independent. No, not independence. State.
You nearly
State.
gave us independence, dude.
Kai Feely state.
Why don't the Kylie Feely sovereign state?
I don't think I have enough room for that.
Alright.
And we sign it. So, who wants to keep a hold of this?
I will.
Okay, there we
I don't
go.
have room in my E-chest.
I do.
Here, someone take a suspicious too.
I'll take it.
Oh, I have many myself. Thank you, good sir.
I'll eat it.
Let me slurp on some stew.
Oh, it's poison.
Oh,
That kind of sucks.
Yeah. That
good.
sucks.
I'm joking. Goodbye. I'm going to fly away.
Alright, bye-bye.
Alright. I'm probably gonna try and write up some land contracts soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Should we all return back to our VC?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go.
Goodbye.
Good, that was positive.
Will, I
like
screwed
that.
up! Will, I screwed up really bad! Will, I screwed up really bad!
What did you do with what?
Okay, so I was gonna tell you about this, but I didn't know how, and I've kind of been off on my own, doing my own thing,
Yeah, not good.
and I kind of faced the afterlife today.
How?
I died. Well, I was a sacrifice
Or what?
for the SBO,
Why?
in the war today, in the fight.
Okay.
And I saw the afterlife, and it. I make the joke that God smiled upon me and was like, "Here's an extra set of armor. Go get them." Because the rule was if you were naked and didn't have any armor, you couldn't join back in the fight. But the reality is the afterlife is much scarier than I'd like to believe. And it kind of taught me that worldly possessions at the end of the day don't matter, because at the end of the day we're all gonna just end up back there.
Yeah.
But that's not to say what happened with Watt. So even before then, I've been coming up with somewhat of a plan. Not the Kaifili, not affiliated with the Kaifili, but just kind of an off thing, like an to the side thing of like, here's a base, like here's
I know.
secret
You've been
alliance.
establishing. I like to call it security measures.
Exactly, and so I was like, it's not a team, it's not a named alliance, but it is somewhat of an alliance of people. It's like when you do a school project together, and you're put together for that one thing, but then, you never get put together for anything else, but you always remember that you were together.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Anyway, I brought it up to Watt because Watt's not affiliated with any group, and then he turned around and said, "Yo, like, I'm just gonna stay where I'm gonna stay." And then I brought up he brought up the town to me, and I was like, "I don't really know much about that, sorry." And
that's kind of my lore stuff.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, so we do the fight. I'm on the verge of just standing with Watt, but I'm like, you know what? No, let's go earn the trust of the SBO. So Hyper was right most of the time. Let's go earn the trust of the SBO. And I did. A lot of the gear that I have now is from different people in the SBO who think that I'm now on their side. Not in the SBO, but just affiliated with them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And so you tried to backstab the SPO?
Nope. I haven't done
So
anything. Watt went to Hyper and told him about our conversation this morning, and it sounds like he misconstrued some things.
Okay.
Maybe over-exaggerated a bit. But basically, Hyper came to me and was like, I've heard a little bit about me and Vega, because me and Vega are the two people in this alliance so far. I wanted to keep it separate from Kaifili because I don't want it, if it goes wrong, I don't want the entire group to be brought down by my mistakes.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've heard some interesting stuff about you guys, and he told us what Watt said. And I was like, look, first of all, I have no ill will against you, or I wouldn't have fought this morning. And, like, second of all, like, this is, like, why would we want to fight against you? You're the owner of the server. But anyway, he's now suspicious of me. He said he is not going to do any more deals with me or anything, and if he even gets a whiff of me planning something against him, then he's going to destroy me. However, I'm gonna bring Vega into this real quick because he can vouch for me.
Okay, what's happening now?
So Hyper said some very interesting things. Let me preface this by saying, you know I run a timeline for lore on this server, right?
Yeah.
And there was something that caught my eye in Hypercraft's message when he blew up everyone's bases.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I have officially declared war on the SBO because I know how the story will go, and I know that they are the real enemies no matter how they try to frame themselves.
Yeah, Vegas said Hyper was going dictator. What does that mean?
He is a dictator. Well, there is no going
How?
dictator.
How is he a dictator?
He called Watt weak. He said that he will take out any other. His excuse for calling out on us was that he will take down any group that opposes him. And that opposes the SBO. Like, if there's any whiff of any group that opposes the SBO, like the REA, he will fight them, and he will win. And then we brought up how this morning he said in his speech, down with dictatorship, like, up with democracy. And he was like, oh yeah, it's still going to be democratic, people are still going to vote, but at the end of the day, the government does nothing. The SBO has more power than the government does.
Mm-hmm.
So he has gone full tyrannical. And in fact, hold on. It may be better, me phrasing it is weird. I'm going to stop recording for right now. I'm probably going to remember to record later, so just hold on.